Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and very good morning. Well, today I'm going to share with you our project called SMART, which is stand for Spatial Data Management and Rapid Analytics. But before we start, to briefly introduce you guys, for those who are not familiar with Sime Darby plantations, last year actually is our 200 years anniversary. Yes, and you heard it right. We are 200 years old. We are operating at 13 countries. We are the biggest producer of the certified sustainable palm oils. And we have 5 research and development facilities, especially in our country, in Malaysia. We are a dynamic 200 years old organization that has survived world wars, the recent pandemics, and also financial crisis. And our success is founded on resilience, adaptability, and dynamism. Now, these core strengths are today driving our new phase of change and growth, from plantation industry leading genetic seed technologies to cutting-edge innovation in the fields. So Sime Darby plantation is changing the face of the plantation sectors. And we hope that we will continue to lead the industry towards agriculture 4.0. Yes, the oil palm industry is an old industry. This year we are already 105 years old, and Sime Darby plantation is actually the pioneer in terms of the commercial oil palm estates. Our first oil palm estates in Malaysia is in our estates in Tanah Maram, Selangor. And having said that, being a 105 years old industry is a bit hard for us, because we are already in a comfort level. We are used to the things that we do daily. So, people would say that why change? Why do you want to reinvent the wheels, right? Because the things that works, why not just stick with it? But the world is changing, and we need to cope up with that. So, yes, in Sime Darby plantation, let me introduce you to our unit, the Precision Agriculture Unit. We have been in Sime Darby plantation for the past 25 years. Our mission is basically to continuously provide reliable geospatial solutions to Sime Darby plantations to improve our operational efficiency. And it is our vision to make Sime Darby plantation the industry leader in geospatial technology applications for effective decision making. Now, in Precision Agriculture Unit, we have 25 personnel at the moment. We have 9 scientists. We have field staff and also office staff. Just to share with you our journey throughout these 25 years, of course, we started off with traditional surveys using theodolite and total station and dumpy levels, and then we move on into adopting into GPS technology, and after that GIS. Following that is the remote sensing technology, and now we have moved into digital technology. Hence, I think everybody's talking about geospatial, digital transformation. But for Sime Darby plantation, we go a bit further. Now, instead of just digital transformation, we are going into geospatial transformation initiative. So this project is basically we have started SMART since 2019. So it is not new, to be honest. But I think most of you, especially those technical peoples, we are also a part of this community that we call as a legacy GIS users. So we are so stick to doing GIS on a desktop, right? Providing solutions to our customers, but via printed maps. And yeah, of course, after that, we invented a method, for example, like PDF maps. But then it is not really an integrated system, right? Because the workflow is not interconnected with each other, right? So SMART is actually built to tackle that issues. We are actually forcing ourselves, despite of being ready. I always say this thing whenever I do presentation. We are never ready for anything. We are never ready for anything, but we have to be prepared for everything. Be prepared. And that's actually what we do. We prepared ourselves back in 2019. Despite of not being ready, our knowledge on ArcGIS Enterprise is almost zero. But then we still venture into it. So, Alhamdulillah, in this year, 2022, SMART is already go live, and it's being implemented in Sime Darby plantation. And we are not stopping here. We are still continuing our development and also expanding the reach of SMART throughout the company. SMART is actually consists of these three major components, which is the geodatabase, the field mobile applications, and also the operations dashboard. So our geodatabase is actually connected to our operational database. So to ensure that the data that we have collected, we already have in our business intelligence, will be flowed simultaneously inside of our geodatabase to get more reliable data and to ensure a near real-time data is being served to our users. I've mentioned this earlier. Geospatial Transformation Initiative is basically to enable a geospatial ecosystem within the company itself. Right, I think most of us doesn't really realize this about the importance and how interconnected we are in between the departments. Previously, GIS or geospatial technology is only consumed by a certain group of people. Like for us in the plantation industry, it is only consumed by the R&D people and also some part of the estate operational people. But yeah, that's about it. But if we think further, this is just a quote. Many of us, probably does not agree, but based on the literature, 80% of all data has a spatial component. Right? Whether we accept it or not, our data has actually a spatial component inside of it. Right? Be it from our admin department, finance, our sustainability department, land management, of course, strategic and innovation. Yeah, all of the departments actually have data related to geospatial technology. It is only that we are not harnessing the power of this geospatial data. We have the data, and probably to some extent inside of a database, but we are not interpreting geospatially. That is why SMART is built to connect, to be the bridge in between these departments, to be the platform so that everybody could leverage the power of GIS. Yes, I've mentioned earlier that we have go live in March, earlier March. And one of the challenges when you have this innovation, this new innovation, is adopting the technology, right? Because, like I said earlier, we are a very old company. The industry is also very old. So changing from the old style to the new style is quite difficult. So what we do is, during the go live, we also announce a challenge. We announce a smart hackathon. So we do this smart hackathon. It's a challenge. It's open to all of our employees, not only in Malaysia, but also overseas. And the objective is basically to accelerate the adoption of SMART by creating this active environment for all employees to participate and solve their own operational issue, and to promote creativity and innovation in solving their daily operational issue from a geospatial perspective. The key word there is geospatial perspective. Because, yes, I've said earlier, people doesn't realize that their data has a geospatial component. What this Smart Hackathon is meant to be is to unleash that creativity from them to make use of a geospatial component inside of their data. So we are making them to think geospatially. And the grand prize for this Smart Hackathon is actually a fully sponsored trip to Esri User Conference in San Diego. Thanks to Esri Malaysia for that. So this is basically the Smart homepage. Right now, Smart is having 3 key hubs. We call it the Estate Operations Hub, the Sustainability Hub, and also the Agronomic Hub. Right. For example, this Estate Operations Hub, the objective is to provide operational awareness and insight so that people have informed decision making, and using all this information, they will be able to make the right solution for action and remediation, and also to make further improvement, and we can also monitor the progress of whatever things that is happening on the ground, right? Like for example, this Smart Estate Operation dashboard. We are actually, this is actually a dashboard that is showing the yield gap. Yield gap is basically the current yield of the estates. You compare that with the yield that is supposed to be. So, yes, this dashboard is actually we've launched this in our southern region, and Alhamdulillah, the southern region is currently showing a good progress after they start using this dashboard, right? And also we have this, what we call a smart upkeeping dashboard, or smart up. The owner or the creator of this apps is actually here, Zafrullah, one of our winner that is going to San Diego. Zaf, well done, good job. So this is basically what Smart Up is all about. It is as simple as taking a pictures in the field. They don't have to, key in anything. So the key of having a good digital data is not to, key in or write something, but you just select by radio buttons or drop-down buttons, or just taking pictures like what we have done using Smart Up. And the best thing about it is everything will be pushed into a centralized database that can be consumed not only by us, but also by other departments, right? So this is our agronomic hub. So our agronomist is also using this dashboard and apps for them to, pre-plan their visit to the estates. And also every report will be inside of this database. So in terms of presentation to the estate or the stakeholders, after the visit, it will be much easier by using these applications. Our sustainability hub, cross-check, it is available to the public. You can go to our website, Sime Darby Plantation website. And this cross-check is available to be viewed by everybody. So it is basically a traceability tools where we can trace back our oil back to the mill. For example, right now, our traceability to the mill is at 95%. And of course, we are trying our best to increase that to 100%. And the traceability to the plantation is about 75% to date. Yes, we are working very hard to also improve that numbers. But we are being transparent to everybody, to our customers. So this is the situation right now in Sime Darby Plantation. Okay, not only that, we consume this smart internally, we also commercialize smart to our external customers. Like for example, we have Sime Darby Plantation Seeds and Agricultural Services, which actually offers services of agronomic and also advisory services to smallholders and the smaller company estates. So we are also offering this Smart Agol, which is based on ArcGIS Online. Same solution as what we have tried or we have implemented in Smart that we have used internally. So we have a track record. So we are also offering that to our external customers via SD SaaS. Now, we have 336 users right now and growing. And we have just, this is a few months after we launched the system. And we have almost 3,000 total contents and growing. And for us, this is just the beginning. So I would like to end my presentation today by a quote by Jack Benjamin. The application of GIS is limited only by the imagination of those who use it. With that, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much once again. We have two questions. Congratulations on the award. And this question asks, may I know if Sime Darby hosts the Esri Enterprise in-house? If so, who maintains the server? And Sime Darby themselves?
Originally, back in 2019, we do host the servers in-house. So we have a physical servers in Carey Island where PAU is located. But eventually, throughout the process, we realized that There are several issues, for example, the bandwidth, and then the flexibility for you to expand on the platform is a bit difficult when you have a physical service. So we have last year, we have moved into private clouds. So I think there are several data centers in Malaysia which can provide you with these services. And I believe you can also use a public cloud, for example, AWS, Azure, and all that. But for us, we prefer a private cloud. Yeah.
Okay, one final question for our geospecialist. How has this system improved Sime Darby's overall production output?
Right. In terms of improving production output, of course, the system itself is not magical or something, right? So by viewing a dashboard, it will automatically increase your yield or improve your operational efficiency and all that. It has to be a collaborative effort, and again, the issue of adaptability when it is adopted to the company's workflow. So right now, like I said, for our case in the southern region, we can see that when this information is being consumed by the customer, it is actually giving an insight. And no, I give you an example of a car. No, your car have a dashboard, right? So that dashboard is actually feeding you information like the speed that you are in, the RPM, the current fuel level, the temperature, what else? The current fuel consumption and all. Right? It is up to you. For example, if you know that there's a little fuel left in your car, so it is you who decide whether to stop to look for a petrol station to get a refuel. Now imagine if this dashboard, especially for the new cars, right? The new cars have like a built-in navigational input inside of your dashboard, right? So by having this geospatial information, for example, it will give you the current traffic condition, speed traps, for example, right? And what else? If there's a roadblock or traffic jam, it can even give you a rerouting or alternative route for you to take. If you are lacking of fuel, it will suggest the nearest petrol station, for example. Right? So it is actually the same as what ArcGIS operation dashboard is doing. It provides you with that geospatial information. With that additional information, you imagine we as the driver of that car can make a better decisions, right? Whether to slow down our car because of, in front there's a speed trap. Although previously we were driving at 200 kilometers per hour. That's quite common. Right? So back to the question, it's actually required an effort from the everybody inside of the company. The dashboard can only provide you with insights, but we have to put our effort inside to make a difference. But the key word is, like Esri tagline, the science of where. Right? So where, it's the location. So the location of that information is actually vital for us to make a better decision. Now, I hope that answers the question.